Members of this House are talking about cutting $100 billion from the budget. Well, we can trim the federal budget of more than $100 billion in out-of-control spending. Members have been very concerned about out-of-control spending. They're calling for a reduction in the federal budget. Cutting spending on the war in Afghanistan would solve their concerns. Spending on the war is greater than the minimum amount of federal spending certain members believe must be cut from the budget for fiscal responsibility. In the fiscal year 12 budget request, the President has requested $113.4 billion to continue the war. In fact, congressional appropriations of over $100 billion for the Afghanistan war are the rule in recent years, and as we've seen, there's talk of extending this war for another 10 years. $1 trillion, perhaps? Spending on the Afghanistan war has increased much faster than overall government spending in recent years. Consider a comparison of the average annual rates of growth of government spending versus the Afghanistan war spending, 2008 through 2011. I yield myself 10 more seconds. Overall government spending has increased 9%, 2008 through 2011, but Afghanistan war spending's increased 25%. You want to save $100 billion, then vote for this resolution.
Mr. Kucinich, I think you underestimate the cost of this war. To be, I've never seen you so conservative, Mr. Kucinich. I had a hearing last year before the Veterans Committee in which Nobel Prize-winning economist Joe Stiglitz testified. He said these wars in Iraq and Afghanistan are a $5 to $7 trillion war over the course of their being carried out. And let us not forget, and that's not calculated in your savings, Mr. Kucinich, the veterans. Those who have served in this war with great courage, great professionalism. Treating these veterans costs hundreds of billions of dollars more. And we're not considering that when we talk about ending this war. We've been told that there are about 45,000 casualties in these two wars in the last 10 years. Then why have almost 1 million people showed up at the Veterans Administration hospitals for war-related injuries? 1 million. This is not a rounding error. This is a deliberate attempt to misguide us on the cost of this war. This war is costing, in addition to what the budget said, tens and even hundreds of billions more for treating our veterans. We must calculate that into the cost of this war. When you guys say deficit and debt, we're going to say Afghanistan.